What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. As always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you all are having a great Memorial weekend. I'm getting ready to head on up the road. Have had a great week at the Red Brick House, working on getting that place together, and man, it is really coming together. Um, I was seeing an article this morning by the guys at Skip. You know those guys at Pro Football Focus. They watch a lot of football. Skip, and they know what they talking about. Well, this is one of those ones that probably because of what they did, it's going to get more publicity because I'm sitting here talking about it. This is where you kind of say I have to call extreme bullshit. They have Mike McCarthy as the 21st rated coach in the NFL. So mind you, he took over from the Jason Garrett 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 guy, playoffs and then in the basement coach, and has changed the culture and has 2 back-to-back 12-win seasons. Okay? 2 12-win seasons, has won a Super Bowl in Green Bay, and he's the 21st rated coach in the NFL. He's actually had the Cowboys go to the playoffs back-to-back, which I don't believe happened since, like the last 15 years, and has done quite good knowing that Jerry Jones is going to be a guy that's always meddling. Yeah, I got paint all over me. Now, it's hard to argue with Andy Reid being number one because Andy Reid, Lord knows he took the Eagles to a Super Bowl. He lost, but he's got 2 with Kansas City. I'm not going to dispute that one. And Bill Belichick, maybe you could look and say Bill Belichick was probably the greatest coach ever with all the championships that he won with Tom Brady. That might be where you might argue on that list there. Mike Tomlin, he's never had a losing season, I don't believe, until this past year. Did he have was it a losing season this year? And he's got that ring. So, okay, I'm okay with those guys, even though he was kind of on the hot seat a bit. Sean Payton. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because you have Sean Payton at 4. Sean Payton and Mike McCarthy are the same guy. In fact, Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl since Sean Payton did. And I'm thinking about those last years that Sean Payton was there with New Orleans and had great defense, Hall of Fame quarterback, weapons galore, Alvin Kamara beasting, on the field. Tomlin and all those, they had players galore, but they failed in the playoffs. So if you have Sean Payton at 4, how do you have Mike McCarthy at 21? That doesn't make any sense to me. But as you go down the list, they got Nick Sirianni right there. Now, I could say, okay, well, Nick Sirianni, he did go to the playoffs 2 years in a row, did go to the Super Bowl and lost. Okay, I'll give you that one. We'll see what they do this year. Shanahan, up and down, good coach. Not going to really give you too much on that one. Sean McVay, one of the offensive great minds in football. Bit of a punk, but that's my take. But then this is where it kind of gets to be crazy. Brian Daboll. Daboll's had 1 good year and 1 playoff win. You're going to tell me that Daboll is better than Mike McCarthy? You're going to tell me that Daboll is better than Pete Carroll? Pete Carroll went back-to-back Super Bowls. Should have won both of them. You're going to say that Brian Daboll is better than Pete Carroll? This is, okay, all right. Be that as it may. But now, This is where I'm sitting here like, okay, so you got all these guys. Okay, I can understand Pete Carroll. I can understand Sean Payton. I can understand Sean McVay and those guys and Bill Belichick. Okay, I'll give you that. And Andy Reid, yeah. But when you start saying Ron Rivera, you're saying is better. You're saying Ron Rivera is better. Okay. Brandon Staley? He was about to get fired, wasn't he? I believe they were about to fire his ass. Right? You're saying he's better than Mike McCarthy. Dan Campbell? Dan Campbell, who has only been in the league, 2 years, 3 years? Granted, he did get the Lions playing pretty good this year. Hasn't had a winning season. You're going to say Dan Campbell is a better coach than Mike McCarthy. Dan Campbell. Okay. He might end up being, given time, but he hasn't had that much time. McDaniels with Miami. I'm not sure about that one. He's a great offensive mind, although you have to sit here and think he was kind of stupid with the way they ended up treating Tua. And the reality is he had the exact same record as the guy they fired the year before. So 1 year, same record, the same team. Oh, mind you, they went out and they got players. They went out and got players. The best receiver, the cheetah. And they had the same record as they had the year before. Okay. And Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is in a patsy-ass division. Patsy-ass division. Playoff success? There is none. You're going to say Mike Vrabel is better than Mike McCarthy. Come on, man. Y'all put Mike McCarthy that far down because you knew exactly what you were doing. And that's going to get people like me up in arms and saying that you really are just freaking idiots. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that he should be a top 3 coach. I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to say that he's the top 10. I'm not going to say that, there's arguments you could make there for him to be up where Sean Payton is. I'm not sure Sean Payton should be number 4. I'm not sure Sean Payton should be number 4. I might look and say Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, I could see as number 4 over, I could see that more than I see Sean Payton at 4. Sean Payton at 4 is way, way too high. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a freaking idiot. Anyway, I hope you people have a great day. It is beautiful weather out here today. And I'm going to go back, watch Prime Time and Game Time tonight at 7 o'clock. Probably sit out on the back deck. Maybe get the outdoor TV and studio worked on. And I got work to do in the workshop here for the Red Brick House. So, there's that. Let me say, I appreciate you guys, as always. Peace.